day 81. So I'm off today. Got some things I need to do. I picked up my groceries. Some interesting substitutes today. The imitation lobster for the dip that I wanted to try, the seafood dip. They didn't once again have it, but this time they substituted it for crab flavored. So that'll work. I can work with that. So that's good. So I'm excited to make that. Got something I need to do today that I'm super anxious about, but I need to do it. And I've been thinking about, the lesson learned during the Save Lucifer campaign to fight for what you want, or in the spirit of Lucifer, what you desire. So, and this is something that I need to do in order to do that. So I've got my spinner ring, and yeah, I'm gonna do it and not put it off anymore. So yeah. And yeah, I one of my Facebook, one of the people I know in real life, posted on Facebook it wasn't meant to be a challenge, it was just kind of weird grocery items that she had. But of course I took it as a challenge. And I bought the ingredients because I did suggest something that she could make with those ingredients. A sauce, of course, a sauce. So I'm actually going to try to make the sauce. And she probably doesn't have the ingredients anymore. She's probably used them up by now because it was a while ago. But yeah, I'm going to still make it and send it to her. Anyway, should be fun. Should be interesting. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, sounds like sauce to me. I don't have the pork. I suggested it go on pork, which I did not get, but that's okay. I can freeze the sauce if it's good, or if it's not good, I can toss it. But yeah, I'm excited. So that's what I'm guessing I'm going to be doing the next few days. So, yeah, stay tuned. I am so glad I have wine for when I get back, because I'm going to need it, because I'm so anxious about it. But I gotta do it. I can do this. Must be done. See when I get back. Okay, so that thing that I was all anxious about did not fully go as planned. But, I wasn't full on surprised by how it went either. So I guess that's good. So it was kind of like okay. So yeah, that's good. But it is, it's one of those things you just need to power through and do. And at the end of the day, I'm glad that I did it. You need to, because if you don't power through your anxiety, then who will? You need to do it. So yeah, I'm glad that I did that. It feels good, but yeah. So I don't know what else. Just definitely, anxiety doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be bad. And one of the things I'm trying to look at it is one of the things about anxiety is it gives you the worst case scenario. Your mind comes up with all the worst case scenarios that could possibly happen. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, if I have the time when a worst case scenario comes up, I'm like, okay, so let's follow this thought through. What would be the next step? What would happen if that happens? If that worst case scenario happens? No matter how unlikely that is, how would I move through that? And sometimes that helps. It's hard to do, especially right in the moment. But like for more long-term things, it definitely helps, because like, okay, long term, if this is how I'd get through it. Okay, that worst case scenario is so unlikely to happen. And if I can get through that worst case scenario, anything else will be easy. So yeah. Yeah, so now I'm going to have this blueberry wine, which I don't have tall enough space in my fridge to keep the bottle. So I decided to put it in my room with my air conditioning to cool it. So it's cooled it a little bit. It smells so good. It's not a local wine, but it's a provincial blue wine. It's not from the Okanagan, I don't think, but it's from BC. So that's good. So yeah, it's blueberry wine. Smells amazing. Like, it totally smells like blueberry wine, or like blueberries. So I'm hoping the raspberry wine was a little tart for me. But as one of my coworkers said today, that it would be good to cook with in like a dessert, if something, especially if it's already super sweet and you don't want it as sweet, or you just are not, you don't like sweet desserts. I mean, that's not me. I like sweet things, but I get it. I understand. I'm a chef. I understand the taste, just because they're not as I've said before, when people are like, why are you putting coconut on a chocolate cake? I thought you don't like coconut. Yes, I don't like coconut. I'm not eating the cake. Coconut and chocolate go well together. Anyway, so I'm gonna try this blueberry wine. So it smells really good. I hope it's as good as it smells, because it smells sweet. I really want sweet. So here we go. Not as sweet. Oh, very much a blueberry aftertaste. Not as sweet as I would have liked. I might add some sugar and mix it in and make it sweeter. See what that's like. I like sweet things. Dessert wine. I can drink dessert wine, okay? Like, I like sweet things. But this is good. It's a nice, it's not, the raspberry one was a little tart. This one isn't tart. It's pleasant. It's nice. Like, it's a nice, like, it's like, yeah, no, I could drink this. Yeah, it's good. Cheers. Okay, so my aunt posted this lobster dip on Facebook that I've been wanting to try for a long time, but couldn't get lobster. One of the main ingredients. So while I still couldn't get lobster, or even imitation lobster, I was able to get imitation crab. So, that works. That'll work. I'm not a huge fan of crab and lobster anyway. My body's not a huge fan of imitation, but that's okay. I like the taste of it. So we'll try that. So I've got the cream cheese already in here. I also have the onion already chopped up. It says finely chopped, but it's not super fine. But that's okay. It's kind of a rough chop. I like thick onion anyway. So we'll put that in. We've got ketchup. Ketchup is in there. Ooh, I misread that. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good. And so it also, lemon juice. I thought I had lemons. I don't have lemons, so there won't be lemon juice in there. That's okay. I can live without lemon juice. So seafood cocktail sauce. This is really good. I usually make my own. When I make it myself, it's ketchup, horseradish, Worcestershire, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Tabasco, and just mix that in. But I figured I would buy it this time around for this recipe, because I'm not, usually when I do make it myself, I'm making it for shrimp, and I like to dip my shrimp in it, but this is just easier to buy it this time around. So it's the same amount of seafood sauce as the ketchup. And then the Worcestershire. Give that all a stir before we add our final ingredient. The final ingredient is the lobster, or in my case, imitation crab. My body doesn't like it, but I do. Oh, that taste is so good. Definitely use real lobster or real crab if available, because it would be so much better. My aunt lives in Nova Scotia, so she's got access to really great, really fresh seafood. So a little bit jealous of that. Inland BC, not so much access to great seafood. But we could do well. I know some people. One of which will probably, if she sees this video, reach out to me and be like, hey, what do you mean no great what do you mean seafood? Hey. But yeah. So it all sense to the fact that personally, my taste, I'm not a huge fan of lobster or crab. Just not my personal taste. But fresher and real is always better. My philosophy is the more connected to nature the ingredients are, the less processing and stuff that it has to go through, the better. So definitely if you have access to real lobster or real crab, do it. Okay, so now add your seafood, chopped up seafood. And mix that up. I'm super excited for this dip. I love mayonnaise, I love cheese. Love. In fact, I'm not gonna lie, depending on what this tastes like, I might be tempted to put some grated cheese in here. I'll let you know. But I want to taste it as intended first. So I got some corn chips to taste this with. The recipe does say, plain chips, plain crackers, pita bread, those type of things would be good with that. So I got some corn chips. That's really good. Yep, I really, really like that. I'm definitely gonna add some grated cheese to it, but that's just me. But yeah, that's a really, really nice dip. Really nice dip. So here's the mix. So I added some cheese, grated cheese to it, and I also added some hot sauce, because my philosophy is, why not make it your own, right? So once you have an idea of what that basic recipe tastes like, you can add other stuff to make it your own and make it more to your taste or to your guest's taste or whatever, depending on, or a friend's taste, whoever you're making this dip for. Just, customize it, because that's part of the fun, right? So we'll see now. Perfect. Enjoy.